Hey y'all, I've got some Carolina white catfish that we're going to stuff and fry today. It's gonna be delicious. But hey, we gotta start by cutting up our vegetables. I've got 2 stalks of celery, a red onion, and some green onion. So let's get these all cut up. Okay, now that our vegetables are all cut up for our stuffing, let's get started with making that stuffing. We are going to set this aside and then we are going to start working on that stuffing. Okay, let's add 2 tablespoons of butter and get it melted in the pan. And while our butter is melting, let's chit chat a little bit. So I'm not a chef. I'm just a mom who loves to cook for my family. So that's kind of what started me with this whole YouTube channel thing. So I am going to ask you guys who have been watching me to help me out. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Smash that like button and I will truly appreciate it, and these videos will continue to come. So I am going to now add our onions and celery into the pan, and we are just going to get them sauteed up until they're a little translucent. We don't want them all the way done. We just want to cook them and brown them just a little bit. So we're going to saute them just a little, and we want to kind of cook them until they start to get soft, which will take a few moments. Now I should say that I have this on medium low heat so that we don't want to burn our veggies. We just want to cook them until we get them soft. We are going to throw in 2 cloves of garlic. So let's get our garlic thrown in there and mix around. Now once we add our garlic, we don't want to cook this too long because we don't want our garlic to burn. I don't know if you ever had anything with burnt garlic in it. It is not a nice flavor. So now that we've got this all nice and soft like we want it, let's move on to our next step. So let's throw in our green onions that we chopped up, and we've got 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. So let's let this all cook together and blend and flavors get to marinate together for a minute, and then we're going to take this off the heat and we're going to start to mix in our crab meat and our shrimp. Okay, so I have taken our onions and celery out of the pan and put it into a bowl, and now we are going to, my lemon is too big, it won't fit in my, we are going to add it a tablespoon of lemon juice, which is probably about a half of a lemon. So we're just going to squeeze that right into there, just like that. Okay, so we got the lemon juice in there. We are going to add 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. We're going to add a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. And we are going to add 2/3 cup of unseasoned breadcrumbs. And we're going to get that all mixed together. And once we get this all incorporated, we need to get our crab meat and shrimp ready to add into our stuffing. So we're going to set this aside, and I am going to show you what I did with the shrimp. So here's my shrimp. Sorry about my arm. Here's my shrimp. So what I've done is I've chopped my shrimp up, but before I chopped it, I washed it and deveined it and got it all ready to go. So here's what it looks like. So we're gonna add this chopped shrimp to our mixture, but we also have our crab meat. So here's our crab meat. So this is what it looks like in the can. So this is what they're calling jumbo lumped crab. So before we put our crab in, what we want to do is we want to go through this and make sure that there are no crab shells. So we're just going to dump this all out and kind of feel around in it to make sure that we don't have any crab shells, and if we do, we want to remove all that out, because I don't know about you, I don't want to be coming down on no crab shells. That would not be for a nice meal. That would not make for a nice meal. So we're just going to go through all this. Make sure you go through your crab meat well. Now I'm going to tell you, a lot of people use imitation crab. I don't really like the taste of imitation crab. This is one of those meals that you kind of splurge on for your family, because I'm a strong believer in, especially kids are in school, you're working, you deserve to have a nice meal from time to time instead of that quick stuff that we're always trying to get ready so the kids can do homework. We can get them to bed and take a minute before we have to go to bed and start our next day all over again. So I think we're pretty good with our crab meat. All right. Okay, now that we've picked through our crab meat and made sure we didn't have any shells in there, let's go back to our stuffing. So we're back at our stuffing. So let's add the shrimp that we cut up. We're gonna add that in there. Now let's add the crab. Looks like we might have a little crab left over, but we'll see. I might just be having a crab cake. So we're gonna get this all incorporated together. I don't want to spill any. I probably should have had a bigger bowl. But hindsight is always 20/20. So let's get this all nice and incorporated so we can get ready to stuff this beautiful Carolina white catfish we have. Okay, so we're all incorporated. Maybe I'll add the rest of the crab meat. I think it can handle. Let's add some little more crab because the crab meat looks really nice. So we'll add some more of that in there. And let's get this all mixed up, and then we're going to move on to stuffing our beautiful catfish. Okay, and here's that beautiful white catfish from Carolina I was talking about. It looks wonderful. Look at those fillets. So what we're going to do is, you see, we are going to lay the curb side down. So we're going to lay it like that. But we want to try to match up the sides of our fish. So the curb side is going to be out, and we're going to work with the flat side. Let's see if we've got a better fit for that one. I'm thinking that's pretty good. So what we're going to do is, remember, curb side is down and we're working with the flat side. So we're going to spoon some of our stuffing mixture into the fish. So we just want to smooth it in there. We want to get it nice and packed. And what we're going to do is we are going to lay this second one on top. Remember, flat side down, and then kind of smash it just a little bit. And then what you're going to do is take a toothpick and you're just going to kind of stitch it together like that so that we can cook it. So we want to make sure that we have, you see how I've got the two ends smashed together? We've got the two edges smashed together. And we're just going to take a toothpick and lace it in there so that our stuffing stays in. And we're going to do that all the way around the entire fish. I'm going to tell you, I have a problem overstuffing it because I want to put some more in there. So this is what it looks like once we've got it all stuffed. So let's get the breading ready and get this all breaded up and in a hot skillet. Okay, so here we have our breading for our fish, and we are just going to use this Louisiana Cajun crispy fish fry. And what we are going to do is we are going to take our fish and we want to smash it down because we want to make sure that it gets nice and coated. So we are just going to get it all coated up because we want it to have a nice coating. We don't want it to have a heavy coating, but we want it to be all coated. So we are just going to coat this up. See how I'm trying to cover all of it with the breading? Oh yeah, that's nice. And then we want to shake off the excess breading. Now remember, it's stuffed, so we got to be careful because we don't want to lose our stuffing. So this is what we're going to have. Shake off some of the excess breading. So this meal is a good Sunday dinner, and for all you singles out there, this is a great date night dinner. You don't even have to be single. Even if you've got a significant other, this is a great date night meal to say, hey, look what I can do and let me show you how much I appreciate you. So this is a great meal, and we deserve to treat ourselves sometimes. You know, we don't always get to go out to fancy restaurants, so sometimes we have to make our own home our fancy restaurant. Think about this with a nice bottle of white wine. So let's get this last one done, and let's get that skillet going and get these all cooked up. Okay, our oil is up to temp. It's at 350, and we're just going to put our fish in and let it get, there we go. Let's add another one. And let's let them fry. So it'll probably take at least, I'll say, because some of it depends on how thick the fish is, so it'll probably take at least 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, so it's about ready to be flipped over. So I'm doing this with an assist because I don't want it to look how beautiful and golden brown that is. Let's get this other one flipped over. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's let this other side cook. Okay, I think it's about ready to come out. Let's take a look at this. Oh, nice. Look how golden brown that is. And it stayed together. Beautiful. So let's take it out. Lovely. Look how golden brown that is. All right, so it is all done. We have a baked potato and our catfish that we stuffed. How about we break it open and see what it looks like inside? Oh, look how fluffy it looks. And there it is. Look how nice that looks. So, drop me a comment. And before we go, I must say, cook with the ones you love and love the ones you cook with. You've been cooking with Just Joy.